More than 100 Aussies have been caught up in a Jetstar debacle with their flight from Hervey Bay to Sydney delayed for more than 5 hours and then cancelled. It gets even worse. Passengers were told they had to drive 4 hours to the Gold Coast for accommodation, and when they arrived, there weren't enough rooms. 5 people were then forced to sleep in the hotel lobby. Passengers Stephen Hunter and Ian Nifty Neville join us now in the studio. Good morning, guys. Nice to see you.
Hey,
Stephen, what a nightmare.
Yeah, it was pretty much. Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So, you know, we all arrived for a 1:45 flight. Before we boarded, there was one technical issue. I believe it was brakes or something. Then we finally boarded after a pretty lengthy delay, and just as we pushed off, one of the engines didn't fire up. So we had 2 separate mechanicals. We waited. That we're just trying to hear what was going to happen, and we ended up disembarking, and then at 5, it was 5, we just saw on the board the flight was cancelled, and they said we're going to bus us down to the Gold Coast, and then everyone sort of went out to wait for the buses, but that was 2 hours until they turned up, so it was 7. So because we checked in, it was 7 hours at the airport, and then we finally got down there about midnight. Yes, you would have got down there later.
About half past 12 quid to 1.
Well, you can go to London quicker.
Yeah,
that's the reality. So Nifty, you're what, 56?
76. Thanks.
Just trying to help you out here, brother. But a long drive for you, and then you get to the hotel. I mean, like a typical flight, there's all sorts of different people on the plane, kids,
Yeah,
everything.
there was.
What was it like?
The problem we had is most people had come from being a regional base. People would come from Mackay, people come from out of Bundaberg and whatever. Now, they had breakfast, they've arrived at the airport, then we have to be there 2 hours before, so you're there at 11:30. And by the time the day has expanded, 7 o'clock they got a bus. So we then done a nearly 5.5, 6 hour drive to the Gold Coast. When we got to the Gold Coast, there was no one from Jetstar to meet us. No. All that happened is the bus driver pulled all our bags out from underneath, put them on the sidewalk and said, well, there you go, see you later. And he had to drive back to Bundaberg.
So how'd you get to the hotel?
Well, we just walked. We was walking, but
right there.
So we went in there, and the worst part is there was a lot of old frail people.
Yeah.
There was a lady who had a 3-month-old baby in a harness and a 2-year-old. She was by herself, and she had a suitcase. It was probably the size of half a fridge, because you know what it's like travelling with kids.
Yeah.
And she had to help, and like we all helped her. But everyone, as strangers, got together and worked together and helped each other. And it was funny, that part of it. But people had to sleep in the foyer. Not all of them, but some did. And then they said, we've now got to fill in credit cards. You've got to fill in all your ID information. But there was no check-off list.
You have been completely and utterly left behind by Jetstar. Was there much communication?
None.
None.
The staff were great, like all the staff on the ground at Hervey Bay, and we got the voucher.
That's what we got.
Got a $10 voucher.
We got a $10 voucher.
Yeah. I think I spent $19. I had to pay another $9 for
so we got a $10 voucher, which gave us probably a bottle of water and chocolate.
You can't even get a schooner for that.
Correct.
No.
And all the kids were under 10s, had no food all day.
That's terrible.
Nothing. I mean, no food, and there was no hydration.
So any further correspondence with it? How's it all going to be washed up?
Haven't heard.
You're joking.
Haven't heard anything from Jetstar at all. I think my main concern is the fact that there were at least probably 4 or 5 people over 70. There was a bloke, Stefan, he just had 2 knee replacements.
Gee.
His wife was in a wheelchair. There was another old lady literally going around with a walking stick, and these guys didn't get a room and they didn't get a bed and they had to stay up all night. Yeah.
And the old people were pretty scared because it was an experience they'd never had before. I'm lucky I did 24 years in the Australian Navy, so I understand pressure, understand what you sort of got to do.
Yeah.
So I was able to get through, and so what we did is we actually helped those sort of people get through, because they were frightened about what the outcome comes.
Nifty, thank you for your service.
So thank you.
Appreciate it. And thanks for coming in, guys. And the message to Jetstar, do better. Sarah.
Very good message indeed, Carlos. Thank you.